Ready, set, Zippo. Glad you made it, Sean. Don, Sir Rooney, Willie, glad you got your phone restarted in time. And Danny, welcome from the fire department. I think that's really cool. You guys like to pardon me. I was just shoveling my food. Joe, brother, how are you? As you guys can see, sporting my Zippo work shirt. Glenn, glad you made it. You guys might have seen in the thumbnail. Sorry. Got to get the groceries out. I know, it's kind of gross, right? All right, first off, sound check. Everybody hear me okay? William, howdy. Can you hear me? Hear me? Got 22 of you in here tonight. Hi, David. Loud and clear. Awesome. Great to hear. Lisa's getting some fat on me bones. That's good. We ran out of time. We didn't realize it was so late. Just got home at 20 after 6. Got the groceries unloaded. I got my groceries put away. She beelined home so that she could get set up, get her groceries put up, set up, and get on so that she can chat with you guys as well. Hello, room. Halucky, Mr. Mud. Hello, Mr. Mudmowers. Brian, howdy. Wild Bill, great to see you. You guys might have seen the Bryce. As you can see, I'm sporting your shirt. I saw the intro pic where I'm holding a pocket watch. I actually just dropped a bunch of stuff off to Goodwill. It was Lisa's stuff, or Lisa's mom's stuff. 700, great to see you, buddy. Corey, great to see you. But this pocket watch was in with the mix in this little box of odds and ends, like a drawer dump or something like that. And it's missing the crown, but everything else is there. So I thought, I'm going to take a chance and wind that sucker. Just very carefully with a pair of pliers. And it works. You see, it's keeping the right time. Sean, I am so glad you made it. I haven't gotten an email from you for a while. I know you've been really, really busy. Worm Gear, great to see you. You guys see me looking in a different directions because I'm reading the feed, reading the comments. Anyway, we were running to get everything done and set up and get her home on time and get me here and situated. There she is. Everybody say hi to my sweetheart. She just arrived. Hi, honey. Did you get all your groceries put up? I think Bryce is sweet on you, Lisa. Well, everybody else gets like right in a row. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. We really need to do a live stream with her, don't we? Got to walk the dog, saw it pop up and clicked on it. Good stuff. Sean, I'm great. It's awesome to see you. When you do get time, drop me an email. We haven't chatted in quite some time. Ha ha, Glenn. Yeah, she keeps me in check. Appreciate it, Sean. We always have really good communications with emails. Smart man that Sean is, guys. Mama Sue's in the house. Everybody say hi to Mama Sue. Notification must come up on her phone. She's got a minute to kick back and say howdy. But speaking of Mama Sue, she came over yesterday, and Lisa and I were getting ready to go out to dinner. We were going to go eat Egyptian food for the first time for the both of us. Well, I like your average, Sean. Um, Mama Sue and Larry came over to pull the King midgets out. I believe I spoke last week about needing to do some work on Mama Sue's King midget. Well, we couldn't get it started, and then didn't have any gas in it, so we put gas in it. Oh, it just leaked all over everywhere. So bad battery. So we've got that issue that we've got to contend with. But I made a new gasket for the fuel bowl. It's a the one of the glass sediment bowl type dealios. So we got that put on. We got it started, and Lisa was here, so we were, like I say, we were getting ready to go to dinner at an Egyptian place, which was surprisingly quite good, quite good. Not what either of us expected. A little hole in the wall place, but Mama Sue paid for our meal, so thank you very, very much for that, Mama Sue. Um, at any rate, we get the car started, get it running. Mama Sue takes it for a rip, literally a rip, burning rubber and everything, running around the neighborhood. And then I tossed Lisa in. Well, I didn't toss her; she stepped into it, into the King midget. Now you got to realize these, it feels like your butt's dragging the ground when you're driving these things. They are teeny, teeny, tiny, but completely street legal. Scott, welcome. Glad to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. And so Lisa got her first experience in a King midget. She thought it was cool. It's a little hairy, this because they're such small cars and they were only intended really to do 30-ish miles an hour. But Mama Sue's has a 18 horse Briggs Vanguard with a hot cam in it, and it'll go. And with it just being one wheel drive, it'll go good. Yeah, Willie's like, yep, that's pretty much like a sardine can. Yep. A little bit more room for the pedals, though, in the King Midget than on an MGB. I've been in the MGBs, and your feet need to be about that wide in order to get all three pedals. Itty bitty little cars, but they're fun. Tim Miller, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Neck's a little sore. Lisa and I did something else today. We fired up all the bikes to see if how comfortable she would be on Big Bill, the 73 CB350 4-cylinder, the green one. And surprisingly, that little 350 pulled both of us right up to speed. It was just a really quick ride, but it was really neat, really neat. Yeah, you'd almost have to, Willie, unless you had a quick disconnect wheel. But I found out that, for quick short jaunts and stuff like that, we can just hop on Big Bill, which is really, really nice to know. And we're both comfortable on it. And then we hopped on the little CB125S just to ride around. Yes, Tim, I still do need the wire for the mill. The mill is not here yet. I've not had time in the shop to move things around and get measurements on how much line I need yet. But I certainly do have you in my mind, and definitely appreciate your offer of the wire. Guys, what Tim's talking about is when I get the mill, he's got heavy enough gauge wire for me to run 220 from my box over to my three-phase converter to then run to the mill. And Tim's gracious enough, he said he would string out a length that I need and cut it off for me and send it to me. So Tim, thank you very much for that. But back to Big Bill. It did great. We were really comfortable on it. And then we hopped on the little CB125S just to ride around the neighborhood. Yes, Tim, I will make it to Portland. I'm going to the spring swap meet and also in August for the show. But then little CB125S even carted us around just fine. And it was fun. There's no backrest on it. So she's holding on to the seat with one hand, holding on to me for dear life. But dear life with 125cc, it didn't really struggle a whole lot. It actually did better than I thought it was going to do. So then lastly, we hopped on Willie, the 75 GL1000, and she really, really likes the seat on that and how comfortable it is, and the position of the footrests and stuff like it. Leonard, thank you very much for stopping by. It's great to see you. Thank you. Thank you. See Mama Sue, Tim, see Mama Sue's comment. I'll be there with bells on. I have to wear bells so they can keep track of me. I tend to wander off. And if all the planets align right, Lisa will also be there. Maybe not the entire time I'm there, but Lisa will be there as well. But we got on big or on Zip is bad. I can't keep all your bikes straight yet. No, it's not bad at all. I have trouble keeping them all straight myself. I'll go through them real quick. Got the 73 CB350F, the green one, the 75 CB125S, the little blue one. Glenn, you're right. The 1975 GL1000 Goldwing, and the CM185T, which I got to repair. I bought that one to flip. Yes, Tim, we absolutely will be. We will be. I already told her we've got a Mad Money fund that we both toss money into. I told her grab some out and go get her some good riding boots and some good sunglasses that are going to wrap around and keep the wind out of her eyes. But yes, I'm a very safe rider. Been riding since high school. Knock on wood. The only time that I was ever down was when a mounted police officer pulled out in front of me. William, opioid withdrawals. Yes, my mother went through those, and she was a morphine user, not an addict, but a morphine user. And it's kind of an off the wall thing. She, we were trying to wean her off of those pain pills, and it's a difficult thing. It's okay, William. Just about the best thing to do is just keep a very close eye on the person until they're going to be jittery. They're going to have restless leg syndrome. They're going to feel on edge. They're going to be pretty miserable for a few days. But once the opioids, like morphine, get out of their system, then everything calms back down. So that's the best advice I can give you, William. And prayers to your friend who is in need. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to help somebody get through. I helped my mother get through it. But it doesn't take all that long. It's not like being a heroin addict or anything like that. Yes, Scott, it is zippovarga@gmail.com. I will type it out for you. You're welcome, William. There you go, Scott. Yeah, William, it's not a fun thing. But as once Mom was over the initial shock of the opioids being out of her system, there was not a big desire to put something else in her system. So, yeah, green is Big Bill, 125 is Little Billy, not Blue Billy, but Little Billy, and GL1000 is Willie. Sir William is the CM185T. There's actually 3 blue ones now. 3 blue ones. 3 blue. You got Little Billy, Sir William, and Willie are the 3 blue ones. But like I said, the CM185T was purchased just to do repairs, electrical repairs and whatnot on it, and then flip. So there will only be 2 blue ones that are going to stay. And that's Little Billy and Willie. Little Billy and Willie. That's a parts one. The Black GL is a parts bike, but it is, yeah, it exists. That's a parts bike. It's too far gone. Same year, 75. Okay. Who's got questions? I might have answers. I'll try. Lisa, do you have any questions? It's going to be a rough weekend next week. No snow at all last week. We had some flurries, but nothing stuck. Roger, I am so glad you made it. Lisa, I just asked if you had any questions for me. Then I had an ornery grin. Worked on 2 chainsaws today and 4 lawnmowers. No more snow. I certainly hope not, Tim. I just heard on the news that this weekend coming up is going to be fabulous weather. That's awesome. This weekend's kind of going to suck for Elise and I. She's got a very busy weekend. Glenn asked, you started out Saturday with rain, turned to sleet, which turned to ice. We got like 6 inches of snow on top of it. And on Wednesday, we got hit with another 8. It's almost going, Glenn, that's nuts. It's insane. Willie, I have not yet repaired the charging system on the 7118. Whoop. If I keep dropping that new pocket watch, it's not going to last for long. Mike the Tractor Guy, you had a question from last week when you told me to get DE1607 paint for your Simplicity 725. Do you use rattle cans or you just use paint sprayers? I use both. If you're good enough with a rattle can, then you can use an HVLP gun and do a much better job than what you can with a rattle can. Very light tack coat to start with. Hang on. Lisa? There, okay, you got it. Hang on, guys. I've got a question highlighted so I can say it. This says DE1607. If you have the little clip-on pistol grip for the rattle cans, get your primer down. Make sure it's an enamel primer because your paint's enamel. Give it a quick dusting. You just want a quick tack coat, real quick dusting. And every coat you put on after that, very, very light coats, and follow the directions on the cans precisely, and you will get a gorgeous finish. But follow the directions on the can. Also make sure that your air temperature is where it needs to be, so on and so forth. You can get such a nice no-run paint job out of a rattle can if you just go slow and take your time. Don't let the cure time exceed what's on the can. Don't try to recoat any sooner than what's on the can, and you'll get great results. If you're using HVLP, the process is very similar, only you're using your hardeners and your thinners, and you're going to be actually more apt to have runs because the paint's going to be a lot thinner. So you'll have to watch your dry times a lot closer and make your dry times a lot longer. All right. Wives in Green Bay. She got home Friday night and they got 2 feet of snow. Wow, Glenn. Baltimore, Maryland. Say, happy Sunday to you both. LT Wood, great to see you. Lisa drive the tractors yet? No, but I did start Trader up for her today. So she heard Trader start up, and I told her it sounded like Harley. She said, it does. David, Handyman Braun, great to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. I'll have to go reread the comments, Willie. I've not troubleshooted that yet. 15 inches in Minnesota officially. I know we got more. Spooks, great to see you, by the way. Shoveled 3 feet off my car. That's nuts. William, I'm in Indiana. I was originally born in Delaware. What's up, Planky, Brian? Roger, sold the 2 mowers that you got for auction for $12.50. That is awesome. Yeah, no kidding, Lisa. We are fortunate. Tim's asking, what is the charging on that? Is it a single coil or small little coils? Charging on what, Tim? On the 7118? On the Vanguard engine? It's a magnetic rotor stator, if that's what you mean. Or are you talking about the rotary phase converter for the mill? Okay. No, yeah, it's a magnet activated stator on the 7118. It's not the partial, because you can get up, there's about half a dozen different types of stators. It's an AC stator, puts out 20 volts AC, but it's a full circle and it has a full gamut of magnets, so it puts out higher amperage than your standard low amperage AC to DC. That's what I'm thinking, Sean, is that it might be. The engine is new, but it's old. Sean, do you remember how old the engine is? Sean Rumschlag. It's quite a few years old. So the rectifier may be bad, and I have others that I can plug in. I am putting 20 volts out, 20 volts AC out without it. So yeah, I'm thinking that's about what it is, Sean. It's if not a little, if not a few more. 08 in the video. Okay, so that makes it a 10-year-old. Sean or Bryce has got a good mind, so it might be 10 years, Sean. Okay, all right. Well, everybody's confirming it was in the 10-year range. So, is anyone breaking up on this video? I know I'm not breaking up with Lisa. Haha. But if it's the rectifier, that's easy enough. Just swap it out. Because, like I say, I am putting my 20 volts out of the stator. The stator's putting out that 20 volts AC. Too bad everything didn't run on AC, then we'd be fine. Right? Sorry. Doug, you did make it. Brother Doug in the house from Cooter State. I was scratchy at first. Oh, not that kind of scratchy. Thanks for the paint tips. Pretty good with the rattle cans, but I'll get one of the pistol grip. Yeah. The Model 19 cannot be. Model 19 can't be converted to electronic. You can do a points eliminator, but you can't convert the coil over to a self-inductive coil. I keep points. Asking me my personal, I keep points. Yes, Bryce, that's correct. The rectifier transforms it into DC. It's kind of like a transformer. Bone stock. Doing good, doing good. Neck's a little bit sore, but doing good. Is that right, Willie? You can't run LED lights with an AC to DC charging system? That's interesting. Yeah, where is Cooter tonight, Doug? And I told Lisa last week we topped 20, we had 27 was a high count on people, and I was hoping that we would get 30. We have 33 people in the room. Everybody give yourselves a thumbs up. It's fantastic having you guys here. The problem with the A300E series Briggs on a Murray, surging after cleaning it, 2014 model. I would check your governor setting. I would first make sure that your idle adjustment and main needle screws are set properly, and then check your governor adjustment. Roadrunner, I'm glad you were able to take a minute and stop in. I really, really appreciate that. One wire stator with the diodes ran power separate to light, not from battery. Okay, makes sense. 2008, according to me. Very good, Bryce. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Anita Simplicity is on my bucket list that I want or would think is just cool that I don't have. Yes, there is one, just one, and that is a Navy issued 1964 Simplicity Landlord. I know they exist. They're all yellow with a white dash. Okay, David, I'll repeat. You want to check your idle circuit, make sure that your idle screw is properly adjusted, and then your main jet needle. If you can't get the surging out after that, then you look at your governor to straighten it. Home light THC, yeah, those are, yep. I like those old wards. I like the blue and white. (23C) auxiliary coil with points runs at 30 degrees before top dead center. 20 is set too far advanced. Yes, Scott, too far advanced. Retard it back 12 to 15, depending on what else you've done to it, and you should be okay. 12 to 15. Bone stock, depending on what it was, 285 can be a good price or a bad price. Okay, the Allis-Chalmers on the 700 or 700, the Allis-Chalmers is a slippery slope. There were a number of different proper yellows over a course of time. So the 64 paint code is different than the 65. The 65 is different than the 66 and 67, so on and so forth. I can't give you a paint code for those that would be accurate. Your best bet is to go to a paint supplier, automotive paint supplier, who can paint match using their camera to get the right color. Find a good clean spot underneath the seat pan on the bottom side of the hood, an oily spot on the frame that you can clean out and so they can get a good shot of the color of the paint to get the best paint match. As far as the orange, Simplicity Orange, it's Duplicolor DE 1607. Scott, you're welcome. Good luck with that, and let me know how it turns out. Is it a 212cc, the Honda Clone? Yeah, 66. Okay, so your paint code is going to be different. You can go to Wells Implement, wellsimplement.com. I typed it in, wellsimplement.com, and you can get the yellow code from Wells Implement, but I guarantee you it's not going to be identical unless you just happen to get lucky. Yellow is a very hard color to match. Willie, yeah, I International White and the Duplicolor DE 1607 Chevy engine enamel orange are the two main colors that I always recommend, and I've never had anybody complain about them. But as far as the Allis-Chalmers yellows go, like I was just saying, it's almost impossible. Mike the tractor guy, the coil. Run a wire from the coil to the on and off switch for the kill. Yes, that will kill it. That's correct. Thanks, Bone Stock. I can use anything. Those little Honda clones, they're awesome. Oh, you want to send me the big boy twin? Send me a big boy twin, as long as it's a horizontal. Yeah, that's what a lot of people use is the cat yellow. And using the cat yellow, it's too much of a mustard yellow. It doesn't have the right hue. It doesn't have the right color. Everybody asks for paint. Be nice to share a video. Yeah, Willie, like I said, I've got a number of videos where I do mention the color code for the Simplicity Orange. I've mentioned it on a number of videos. I suppose I could title a video Simplicity Paint Codes and go that route. It'd be a pretty quick one. Hi guys, thanks for coming in. Paint code for Simplicity is International White and Duplicolor DE1607. Zip a later amount. quick video. Wimbledon white. Yeah, Wimbledon white is like a Ford white. Yep. Yeah, Wimbledon white is a Ford white. Yep. It to me doesn't match as well as International white does. If I could get the actual codes for all of the yellows, Willie, I would absolutely love to do that because I'm always asked what the yellow codes are. And I have the yellow codes for one of the years, but every year is a different yellow. Any new tools until I get the water pump on? Water pump is not on yet. Water pump will go on hopefully tomorrow evening after I'm done with my work day. How many years have I been working on equipment? William, give me a minute to think about that. The coil that he told you is to convert to electronic ignition, like the tractor guy. And this is on, remind me again, Mike, what the engine is, please. Line them all up with the years and numbers. That's the thing, Willie. I don't have all of the codes for all of the years. I only have one code, and it doesn't say which year it's for. It's just a single code for Alice Yellow. Glenn, yes, that would be a closer color to the Alice white than the Wimbledon white. Any new tools from Tim? No new tools. Push the Alice Challenge white and GM white. Yes. I'll start small, see if I can pull it off. Little carb change, maybe header pipe. See how it goes. Awesome, Bryce. Fantastic. Before Henry Ford Model T. Model 19. Okay. Well, the Model 19 has that weird horseshoe coil. If he said that he sent you an electronic ignition coil for that, I would really like to see it. I would love to see it. I've never seen one. Mike, I'd love to see it. So far as I know, no one has put forth the effort to make, because the coil is underneath the flywheel on those. Never seen anybody take on that monumental task to make an electronic ignition coil for the Model 19s. Spooks! Sounds like more of a spreadsheet project for the paint codes before the video. Yeah, you see, that's the thing, Spooks. You can't differentiate between the years. There's such minute differences between the years, but every year is a different color. You set one right beside the other, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all going to be just a tiny bit different. Canvas white Rust-Oleum is what you use, Brian, for the white. Yeah, I've heard the canvas is good. Yes, yes, yes. I'll tell you what, Tim, Old Blue is just a trooper. I'm not arguing at all about having to change a water pump in it. 256,000 miles. Not worried about it. And it won't take long. Not much to do. Lisa, hello. I love you and I miss you. Sorry, guys. I feel obligated to do that because I do love her. Oh, 700, don't worry about it. We always talk paint. We'll go back and forth about Briggs and Kohler. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's something to talk about. Sounds like a mission for you and your local paint shop, and share info on Facebook and so on then. Yes, Willie, that'd be great if you've got the time. Yes, that would be fantastic. Mike, thank you. If it actually works, that'd blow my mind. 71717 Broadmoor, almost impossible to get Simplicity parts for the older mowers, just aftermarket. Where can you find quality parts? Depending on what you need, if you have the actual part number, Leonard, type that actual part number, believe it or not, into eBay. Just the part number in your search field. If one exists, it will show up. And then you will get an OEM part. Briggs and Stratton now owns Simplicity, so bear that in mind. Yeah, you're going to have to find a good bit of yellow on that B10 somewhere and go in and have it paint matched. And just to show you guys that the watch is still doing what it should do. That pocket watch is still keeping time. $5 GX270 is a runner smokes on acceleration, which could be rings. Could be rings or blow by on the valve guides. Thank you, Off Grid. Yeah, the little CB125S, it sounds awesome. It is so quiet. I had it running, and Lisa and I were probably 6-7 feet apart. We were talking just like I'm talking now. And she was like, wow, it is really quiet. It got even quieter when I put my finger over the hole in the muffler. It's just all you could hear is just the engine running. Willie, hide the gas tank cover. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yep. Or behind a side panel. The side, usually the inside of a side panel are really good. That's not bad, Roger. 89 bucks for a rebuild kit with head. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'd say go for it. No, cut that little needle off. Bryce, just nip it right off. Be done with them. Just make sure you have a fuel shut off. You know what, Doug? I don't have any place around here that I could ride one, honestly. I live, I would have to go quite a distance. But I build tractors that are definitely mud capable, like Ugly Alice. A number of my tractors are certainly mud capable. I just don't have any kind of raised or lifted suspension or anything like that. Check the bevel gearbox at 725 per your video. Tips, no slop whatsoever. Think this tractor had light use and sat more than anything. Not bad for a $20 investment. You are exactly right, Mike, the tractor guy. Going to be hard, but I'm sure there's some place I can find a good spot. Engine is all done to rebuild and paint it. Yeah. Find a good spot where you've got good paint, 700. Doug, I'm going to take a look at your mud mower a little closer and see what you did to it. I have been wanting to do like a foot accelerator, a governor bypass, and some stuff like that. Very good point. Get a hold of Brenda at Sandy Lake Implement for a lot of the old Simplicity parts, a lot of the obsolete Simplicity parts. Very good wood. And I don't know why Brenda Nouse didn't. She's usually the first person that I spout off. So that's totally my bad. Brenda Nouse is she's a master at finding those parts. So when you call Sandy Lake or email, put attention to Brenda, Knauss, Knauss. Let me write that down. Brenda and I are good friends. Tell her Zippo sent you. There it is. For Simplicity and Alice Chalmers parts, the vintage parts. If she can't find it, she can usually turn you on to people that can. Very good wood. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why Brenda slipped my mind. Like I said, she's usually the first person that I pop off. So Doug, I will go over and look at your videos and look at your tractor and see what you did to it. I've seen a lot of mud mowers made and a lot of the things that have been done to them. Any other info? See Zippo's old videos. Thank you, Wood. Thank you very much. Can't believe you got that for $20. That's great. Whoa, things just started flying. Speaking of parts, can't wait for you to do a 7116 poor man's power steering. Well, I did the 7118, Willie. Also, there's way recess front hubcaps. Yes, there is a way to recess the front hubcaps. I do it on all my tractors. I'll tell you in a second. But as far as the poor man's power steering, I did it on the 7118. And I also have an older video where I go through all the steps and what bearings you need and everything that you need to look for in a two-part series on putting the poor man's power steering in. That includes part numbers, Willie. If you've not seen those yet, go way back, like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 years. Yes, the paint will hold up good, tractor guy. Just make sure that you give the steering wheel a good scuff and the entire wheel gets painted. A new carb for $20 is probably the Chinese carb, and be very, very careful with them. I've not heard great things about them. Okay, now, Willie, recessed front hubcaps, 8-inch wheels. If they have to be the wide rims. And Simplicity themselves used 3 different wheel configurations. The key is having the right wheels. So the wheels that I found that work for the recessed hubcaps is off of the gray and orange era of Simplicities. It was not a white. It was like the 70, what were those? It was after the 3400 series. but it ain't. I'm not a big running board guy, so that's why I'm not able to quote what the tractor numbers were. What you're looking for is a 3-step rim. You'll look at the face of the rim, valve stems in on the back, the face of the rim, there's going to be 3 steps in the rim before you get to the bead lock. One of those steps is the perfect size to put a 6-inch hubcap right in there, and they lock into place like they're made for it. I'll have to do a video on them. And as far as numbers, you're just needing 6-inch hubcaps. And then as far as the wheels go, I don't think there's a specific part number, because you're just going to get a wheel. You're just going to have to find a set of wheels that are going to work. No, they're white. Everything, the entire steering wheel is white. The steering wheel is completely white all the way to the center hub. 64 you got for $30 with a free 74 16 horse. What? 700, you stole it. You guys buying these tractors for chump change is killing me. Those are Zippo deals. All right, we've been on for over 45 minutes. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to call her a good one. Column orange. The column should be chrome plated. Yes. The defining feature of a running board tractor is it has running boards versus just foot stirrups for you to set your feet on, where they call the ones without running boards foot draggers, where there's no running board between where you rest your feet and the tires. The running board tractors, there's nothing but running boards coming all the way back, working into the seat fender pan and coming up and over. So you can't set your feet straight down on the ground. You have to move them out and put them on the ground. That's the difference between a running board and a foot dragger. Not a dumb question at all. Badger Wheel and Tire in Jackson, Wisconsin. They make and mount all the tires and wheels for John Deere. I think they have simplicity, and the Detroit, they might have something. Thank you, Glenn. Or Carlisle Tire there in Slinger, Wisconsin. The type of wheel that you're looking for, the best thing to do is, if you have swap meets or something like that, Willie, buy your 6-inch hubcaps. Take one of the hubcaps with you to a swap meet or something to that effect, and just try to poke those. And if they go on and just fall right off the wrong wheel, you'll know that it's the right wheel, because it's the only wheel they'll just snap right in just like they belong. Which blue motorcycle? Off-grid. David, I'm glad that you stopped by and that you're enjoying it. And I really love the questions. It keeps my brain firing on all cylinders. 700, no problem at all. Which blue motorcycle? Off-grid. There's the CB125, the CM185T, and the GL1000. The little one, the medium one, or the big one? You'll see two. One of them is going up for sale. The latest one that I got is the GL1000, the naked gold wing. There will be more videos on that one. Yes, Willie, and I've done that in the past too. The quiet one, the little 125S off-grid. Okay, yeah, I can get more videos up of that. Willie, another thing that I've done is actually taken semi-tractor trailer center caps and bought those, and you can nip the metal, snip it, and twist it. Just twist it out, kind of like you would take a can opener and open a can with a can opener, only you're twisting the metal out, which makes little fingers that'll grab the wheel and just poke it onto it in 3 places. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or peace sign. 1, 2, 3. Mike the Tractor Guy, no problem at all. And that would be great. I'd really like to see him. Yeah, just send them to my email, or you can post them on my Facebook page, which is also Zippo Varga. Either way, if you want to share them with everybody, I would suggest posting them to the Zippo Varga page on Facebook. If you just want to share them with me, send them to my email, which is zippovarga@gmail.com. I'll type it out again for you. That's my email. All right, gang, 50 minutes. We had another great one tonight, and I want to thank every single one of you for stopping by. All of you. You're the guys are the reason why I do what I do, and I appreciate you and love you all. I love Lisa more, but yes, seems like every Sunday, 7 p.m. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. If I'm not going to make it, you will not see me post a quick little video before the video. Joe, thank you for stopping by, brother. I notice you're usually pretty quiet and you just sit and listen, and it's awesome just to have you in. Thank you. I'm just reading.